Yo, yo, it is your lunch table girls back with another episode where we talk about everything, but mostly hip hop. I'm your girl, Naja Damas, the time traveler.
And I am N. Mills, aka Illmatic Goddess. And as Nas said in 30, I was the ill seed, the illest one. I don't
There you
know.
go, the
I
ill
don't
C, the illest one. We're back for
know.
another episode. Thank you guys so much for press and play. How was your week, Illmatic Goddess?
Yo, y'all don't care about my week because I don't want to bore y'all with my week because I live a nice life on the YouTube and my real life is boring. But I will say, um, as y'all know, I'm always watching TV, so I did get a chance to check out the BET Awards. We can talk a little bit about that. So, how was your week?
We gonna get into the BET Awards for sure. My week was great. I had an impromptu. It was planned, but also impromptu. The day that we went, I went to New Orleans over the weekend. Yes, y'all know New Orleans. Well, you don't know, but New Orleans is my favorite city to visit. I go there as much as I can. I actually hadn't been there since 2020, so it's had been 4 years, almost five, I guess. It was good to be back. I feel like New Orleans is just my second home. I stayed at the French Quarters. I had a balcony, so yeah, I
Ooh.
got to hang off the balcony and no bead throwing because it's not Mardi Gras. Don't ever bring out beads if it's not Mardi Gras there. Locals will let you know. But I had a great time. Great food.
Wait,
The
wait, you sound like you know from experience. Did you have the beads out and they were like, nope,
way
don't
early,
do it.
somebody told me I wasn't doing anything, but I was wearing them, and he was like, "Please don't wear Mardi Gras beads if it's not Mardi." Like this white guy, he was like, "Please don't wear Mardi Gras beads if it's not Mardi Gras." And I was like, "Okay," I took them off. I was like, "I am
So
not here to disrespect the culture." So
that's hilarious. But I do love New Orleans. I always travel everywhere, but places in the United States, New Orleans is like my top city
yeah.
because the vibe there is the vibe there is so dope.
Isn't it a vibe?
Mm.
It's
So
why does it feel like New Orleans is like no other black city or like no other city? Why does it feel like you're like semi out of the country? You know how like you go to visit a black city that's outside the US, like New Orleans kind of feels like because it's so cultured and it's their own culture, it feels like you're outside the US. Isn't
yo,
it?
you're right, because their culture is different. It's mixed with a lot of their French
Yes.
Creole, which makes it different. But then they're really like jambalaya, because you can go
Mhm.
down the street and you can hear all kinds of all kinds of different music, and
Yes.
it doesn't matter if it's Mardi Gras, it doesn't matter if it's Essence Fest. You can just be
Mhm.
down there impromptu,
Yeah.
and people are just having a good old time.
And what's dope about that, like you said, people are having a good old time. You can hear like their New Orleans bounce music,
Mhm.
everybody's dancing, or you can hear jazz and everybody's dancing. And when I say everybody, I mean like the younger people, you know what I'm saying? And then like I guess the second line music, I guess is what it's called, like the band and stuff, like the younger people groove to that too. Like that's their music, you know what I'm saying? It's not cut off, it's not just hip hop for the younger crowd. Like it's everything there. It is definitely jambalaya there. So that's a great place. I mean, I love it there. And also, you know how have you ever heard the myth or the thing where you're like a 10 in your city, but you might be like a 2 in somebody else's
Yep.
city, you know?
Yep.
I'm like a solid 8 in New Orleans. Like, and I
I
think
love that. I
yeah,
love
so I'm
that.
like a good 8 in New Orleans. So
So
they definitely show me mad love there. So I love
dang, you shouldn't have said that because now you know the mouth of the South has opened. So let me tell y'all, I am really like a 2.5 in Virginia.
it.
But when I go to Miami, I'm a whole 20. And I don't
Oh,
even know
see?
why.
I
Because I am small and I'm oddly shaped. I'm shaped like a box.
see.
But when I'm in Miami, like wore this green dress and the dude had a Ferrari. He's like, I have to take a picture with you. And the girl that normally got all the attention, she wasn't getting any play.
Oh,
And she was like, "Why are these guys?" I was like, "I don't know what's going
that
on with
happens.
Miami and why they loving me, but hey, because they don't love me at home."
Hey,
So,
listen, listen, if you was a 2 in Virginia, I was definitely, like, not even on the Richter scale, because that's one of the reasons I got the hell out of there. Because Virginia got the nerve to be making anybody a 2, I feel like it was but that's a whole nother story.
that's a whole we
Yeah.
when we're deep in this when we're deep in our YouTube game, and I know a
Mhm.
lot of you gentlemen do watch us, and I appreciate your support.
Thank you.
You could definitely chime in and help me out because I'm the single one. Help us out to figure out what's going on.
What did you
Um,
want to know what your rating is in their city? You
yeah,
go, okay.
absolutely, absolutely,
If you're
absolutely. I would
watching
love
this,
to know.
you want to be ranked
Oh
according to
Lord,
the
wait,
city.
wait. I might be scared. I might be scared. Never mind. Let's wait
My
till we
ego
blow
can't
up.
take that. We'll wait till we get a little bit more
Yeah,
status, and then we'll come back for the ranking process.
we'll
Those
wait.
numbers make you look cuter. The more followers you get, the cuter you
Yeah,
are.
that's exactly right. I did want to, speaking of our lunch table crew, I wanted to give shout outs. We got new subscribers, so thank you everybody that subscribed.
Woo! We are
Really will help
officials.
if you support our channel by liking, subscribing, and commenting.
Thank you.
All of that's free. We're out here asking for money or anything, but just like, subscribe, and also tell a friend and tell a friend, especially if y'all think if we're dope. Now, if we don't
Please
think we're dope, still comment so we can get doper.
comment how dope we're not. It helps.
Yeah.
Check one of our comments. Somebody already told us how dope we weren't, but it still helped. So we'll take it.
But and I liked his name. I feel like what is but mostly hip hop if we don't talk about the 313. But his YouTube name is Evolution of the D. So I'm
Evolution of
assuming
the D. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I'm assuming it's from Detroit. So
What up
he
though?
said that we were dope. So thank you so much for that.
What up
But
though?
he side-eyed us and I took it on the chin. I will
Yeah.
tell you, I might take it. Nostradamus was in, she was in. You're
Well,
entitled to your opinion, but I took it on the chin. Outkast, he mentioned as one of his favorite dynamic duos in hip hop.
rightfully so.
Um, J. Cole and JID. I do like JID. I haven't heard
Yeah.
from him in a minute, so that's why I didn't slip. It didn't come across my mind because
Yeah.
normally it's somebody that I listen to all the time. It's on my mind. Big Pun and Fat Joe he mentioned.
That's a good one. They got good
And what is an
chemistry.
episode? If you put it on your bingo card, here it is.
Mhm.
Royce, the 5'9" and M, which I love that.
How could I
Meets
miss
Evil.
that?
And I did not mention it. And I listened to that album at least once a week. So that was
Yeah,
on
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. Well,
That was on me. And I'm gonna throw another one out there. It's gonna be controversial. Shaq and Biggie, because I do like Can't Knock the Rain. That is
so
like one of my
Shaq and
songs.
Biggie. Shaq who?
Shaq, Shaq Diesel.
Shaquille O'Neal and Biggie got a
Shaquille
song together?
O'Neal, yes, Can't Knock the Rain. That joint goes hard.
That's on what album?
It's on
'Cause
Shaq's
my dad had
album,
Shaq's album, and I don't remember.
Can't Stop the Rain. That's the name of the album. Yeah.
Okay, I
Oh,
gotta check it
Shaq's
out.
albums are dope. I'm gonna tell y'all now. Oh, and I'm sorry because I know it got loud because I got excited and I apologize in advance. Shaq, his catalog is crazy. If you go back, he has features with Jay-Z. He has Peter Guns and Lord Tyreek. As I mentioned before, he has
Interesting.
Shaq up,
Interesting.
he has Biggie up there. He actually factually, besides that awful first freestyle he did for Kobe, he can actually rap. I
He
actually
was the
enjoy
only
listening to
rapper
him.
that was successful, right? That I Know I Got Skills. Remember that song? It
Him
was way back.
and John Cena, surprisingly, are probably the most successful
Yeah.
sports crossover because what's the one? I Thought You Forgot, the boxer. I liked the song, but it wasn't successful. And Ron Artest has a song called Champions that
Oh,
he released before the late. I like the song
Deion
because I just
Sanders,
liked
remember
it.
him? Must Be the
But
Money.
yeah, yeah. Oh, and the other thing, we've been talking about Troy, and Troy's been waiting for his shout out.
What up, though,
And
Troy?
we appreciate your love and dealing with us. His Mount Rushmore,
All right.
I'm gonna go from five to one. Number 5 is Little Kim.
Mad respect
Num-
to that.
Number 4 is Tyler the Creator.
I haven't heard his music. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I have sons. I have teenage boys, so of course I've heard Tyler the Creator. They play it all the time.
um, number 3 is Little Dicky.
Now that I don't know who that is.
Number 2 is Mac Miller, my cousin from another side of my other side of my other side of my family.
Yeah, so you've been talking
And,
about him lately. Yes.
and what I like, his number 1 is Travie McCoy from Gym Class Heroes.
I love
And the
that.
reason why he picked him is because he's authentically himself. That's what it,
Yeah.
because I had asked, and if you look, you can go back to the episode and look in the comments, but it's because he's authentically himself. And I'm not even gonna lie, he has that song, When I'm a Billionaire. That song is a
Yeah.
frequent song on my playlist. I F with it. So I kind of like I
Shout
liked
out to
his
your
whole
top
take.
5. Yeah, shout out to your top 5, and putting Lil Kim on your Mount Rushmore is dope because she's so iconic and she have knocked down so many walls, broke so many barriers, and it doesn't matter what you do in your life when you refer to rap and how it changed, you're gonna go back and start with Little Kim. When the evolution of female rap starts with Little Kim and Foxy. So shout out to you for putting Mount Kim, Little Kim on your Mount Rushmore.
Yo, absolutely. It's interesting that you said that because Redman, not Redman, I'm a liar. Method Man had got some flack for saying just that. And it's not a slight to MC Light, to Yola, Yo, or
Yeah,
Latifah, but the truth is, Little Kim, Little Kim, Usher era. The other controversial take though is a lot of time everyone does mention Little Kim and they forget about Fox Boogie Brown being bad
yeah,
as hell, battle any
yeah.
rapper. I don't care. So they forget about Fox. They do
I feel like it
remember.
goes hand in hand, Foxy and Lil Kim. But yeah,
Mhm.
Lil Kim, like I said, she's responsible for the evolution of hip hop and women in rap. She's not responsible for women in rap, but it changed and it hasn't gone back. You know what I'm saying? So we got the pioneers in it, but who is Megan Thee Stallion looking like now? Is she looking like MC Light or is she looking like Lil Kim? You know, is she closer
Mhm.
to like you know what I'm saying? So they pushed female rap in a certain direction and it never went back. So that's what I mean by she deserves to be on the Mount Rushmore because of what she did for women in rap.
Absolutely. And listen, and I think I said it before and I'll say it again. Prior to everything that's Little Kim's transformation to what she looks like now, she
Hmm.
definitely was a fashion icon. And
100%.
I was in my senior year of high school. I had a little, I got cats now. It's so crazy, but I used to have the little think cheetah print shirt with some like
Yeah.
black tights and my little boot. Lord, you could not tell this girl from V. I'm really just from Virginia, but you couldn't tell this girl that she. I was trying to be from New York so damn bad. I was trying
Yeah.
to be dope. Like I was trying to be like, oh, and I got money. I got my little DKNY
Yeah.
shirts and
Because
because
of
I try to
them.
be
Because
like
of
I try to fit
Biggie.
into them. Hmm.
Because of them, because before then we wasn't talking about labels. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Hmm.
speaking for everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm not speaking for everybody, but I am saying that the late 90s is when we started talking about fashion. Yeah, we wore nice things, we wore cross colors and FUBU. We wore that stuff, but we wasn't rapping about Prada and that upscale stuff. Prada and Louis and Chloe glasses. And I mean, that was Lil Kim and Biggie and Junior. That was them that brought that into our lives. And then all of a sudden we wanted to wear DKNY and stuff like that. So definitely they fashion icons for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So
Sorry,
speak.
thank you for all of that.
Mhm. Now, speaking of fashion icons, I'm waiting for you to get ready. I mentioned earlier about the BET Awards.
Yes,
One, did
yes,
you get
yes,
a
yes,
chance?
yes. Let's
Okay.
get
Oh, the
into it.
BET Hip Hop Awards.
Yeah, you do right. You have to put hip hop on there. So the BET Hip Hop Awards aired this week. I was in New Orleans, so I didn't get a chance to see as much as I would have liked to see, but I did see enough. If you saw the BET Awards right now, before we begin, go ahead and comment what you thought about the BET Awards. Who were your favorite performances? Were the awards given to the right people? Ill Guy, you go ahead and let's go ahead and discuss it. What do you think about the
So
awards?
what I thought, so I'm gonna just go off the dome. I was trying to be nice and prepared, but I'm technical issues. So Travis Scott, he had got the I Am Hip Hop Award, and
Okay,
during his
starting
speech,
with that.
there was a it was a couple of things that I liked about it. One, he started off he thanked God for everywhere he went, but he had an interesting take, which was,
Sorry.
and I think it's our generations that's responsible for this. When he was first making music, people were like, "What the hell is this?" Remember, Nas was hip
I
hop
heard
is
him say that.
dead, and
Yeah,
we wasn't vibing with it.
yeah.
And now look at him. And then he was
Yeah.
saying how he's going to perform at the
Met Stadium.
Met Stadium, and then
Yeah.
also he thought people forgot about him. And I will give Travis Scott credit. It's not a lot of new, not to me, there's still new artists. There's not a lot of
Mhm.
new artists that I listen to, but he is one of them. I did listen to Astro World. I like the song Highest in the Room.
Oh
Like
god, song.
I F with him.
That
So, but
song.
it's crazy that he thinks people forgot about him. But I do
I did.
appreciate I always appreciate when people can look in, but
Mhm.
also what I realized from watching the Hip Hop Awards, there's room for everybody.
Yeah.
There's room for
Yeah.
everybody.
But the Travis Scott getting some kind of icon award, it really, for me, I felt like, where did the time go? And I felt like, how old am I? Because Travis Scott still feels like a new artist to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, we're so far into Travis Scott's career that he's getting nominated and awarded something. I'm like, Travis Scott, not because of who he is, but because I'm like, he still feels new to me. So I'm like, man, the time has passed. And then also, I can appreciate the part of his speech where he says, I come from I think he said a generation, or like his generation of music didn't get considered hip hop. And, I was, on the side, like, show didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, you're right. Gen X, the millennials, we were very hard on these new kids that were trying to come out because it wasn't hip hop and it was just mostly singing. But that generation, kind of like I said about Little Kim, changed music and it kind of never went back. So I guess that award, he deserves that award, right?
Yeah. So,
He
and
stuck
that's
it
what I
out.
want to ask. I do want to ask the people that are watching, do you feel like Travis Scott at this point in his career deserves the I Am Hip Hop award, or was that a little too soon to give it to him? Should he accomplish a little bit more?
Great question. I like how you put that. This point in his career is he does he deserve an award at this point in his career, or is it too soon?
Mm-hmm.
That's our
Because I know
question
he's
for
still
you.
got more music to make.
He's got so much.
He still has more. I know he had a setback, but sometimes, I mean, he's not the first, or he's not going to be the last person that has a concert and something unfortunately happens bad. But honestly, the performer has nothing to do with the safety measures that are
Yeah.
taken. Like, that's really out of his hands.
Unless you
Um,
are into conspiracy theories, and then you can if you're into conspiracies, then you're gonna look at that a whole nother way. My mom my mom be on YouTube like, "And he said, and they said that he be doing that Illuminati stuff." My mom's so funny.
Illuminati
Shout
got
out
my
to my
mind,
mom.
soul, in my body, secret society, trying
Oh,
to keep an
God.
eye on me.
Shout
And
out
she
to my mom. Yo, she watched the podcast too. My mom be sending us topics. Like, y'all should talk about
Oh,
this.
Suge Knight. That reminds me, I got a special message. I'm always talking about somebody in my family. My brother, I have to be his mouthpiece for one of our segments because
Okay.
he had a long notes for us. Um, but so that was one. The other thing, because I'm gonna kind of skip around because we already know who the big winner of the night is, and we'll talk about it. Soldier Boy and Roscoe Dash have
I missed
performed.
that performance. Okay, how was that?
Yo, so let me tell you again. This is the Gen Z. I remember when Soldier Boy came out. I did not like him. I'm not. I don't want to. I never want to misrepresent myself
Yeah.
ever, ever. When I heard "Crank That Soldier Boy," I was like, "What is this?" I think Nas made it called it ringtone hip hop. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like that was something he had said, and I was like, "Yeah, Nas, you know how I'm feeling." So
We
I'm
were
gonna
all
walk.
angry. Our
Yep, but I'm
generation
gonna
was
walk it
angry.
back because I always am talking about how they don't dance like Kid and Play and how people don't have fun. And there's not
Yeah,
when that Soldier Boy cranking when he's performing, he had dancers.
yeah.
Um, he did, and I will say this song I do like. Turn My Swag On because
Oh,
that's the song. I woke up in
yeah,
he did Swag On. I love that song.
yeah,
I like all versions. Carrie made a version and even Beyonce
yeah,
made a version of the
yeah.
song. So that song is definitely hot. But
That's the
then
first time I ever DJ'd too. DJ
Roscoe,
like that.
dang, they didn't do Swag Surf because that's my other song, but they did this fudge. Y'all don't kill me, but they did their other banger, and I was like, okay, you know what?
Yeah,
I was hard on these boys,
yeah,
but actually their music was out when I used to be in the street, and it
yeah,
did used to pop. So I ain't even gonna lie. So
yeah.
it
Don't
was
worry. We're having our apology tour episode. We're gonna say sorry to everybody we ignored. So
that
put 'em on your list.
That was a good performance. A letdown. Well, one thing I was impressed about was Fat Joe was a producer of the BET Hip
Oh,
Hop
dope.
Awards.
And I
But a
saw his
let
performance.
Okay, what did you think before I say anything?
Well, so I didn't see the actual because I was driving, so I was kinda listening to the performance, but I thought it was dope. I thought it was a great way to open up the show. I mean, that's a classic right there, and it was nice and loud, and it was money flying everywhere and girls dancing, so I thought it was a dope way to open up the show. I didn't get a chance to, see it. I was listening to it and kinda glancing at the red light, but I thought it was good. You look like you don't agree. What
It's a dope
happened?
song. I love Fat Joe. It's a dope song. I want to make it rain.
Yeah,
That's my
what
song.
happened? I thought it was
Actually,
good. I thought
Make
it
It Rain is on I call it my hip hop motivational playlist. And
Yeah, I
as we
think
get
so.
deep into podcast, we might make a playlist and share it for you guys on Spotify.
Yeah.
But it just seemed it's gonna sound weird, but it seemed low energy. Like I was
His
listening to like his
performance
yeah, because when his
yeah.
homeboy was doing his every other,
Well, because
and
he did
y'all,
stand there, right? He did just stand there, kinda.
that's what
Nah,
I'm
that I
saying. It's just
yeah, that I noticed. Yeah.
and when Soldier and I guess because I had watched Soldier Boy and like they like Soldier Boy was doing his like even
Yeah.
though he had dances, he was still doing his he wasn't going all into it, but he was still kind of dancing. Fat
Yeah.
Joe was just staring there. And then he recently he had lost weight before, but
Mhm.
he's losing more weight. He's on Ozempic. He had just
Okay.
came out with that. So I just thought he would just move a little bit more like Heavy D used to move back in the day. But hey,
Get
Make It
it.
Rain, still a classic,
Classic.
still a good way to open the show.
I thought it was a good
People
opener.
people are questioning like the venue looked like I mean it was in Vegas, it looked like a strip club. It didn't look like a award show
Oh,
venue. I don't know. That's my opinion. I don't know what
yeah.
did you think when
That
you
needs
got
to
the
be
glance.
cheap. I didn't get a chance to pay attention to it too much. I didn't see it.
Yeah, the venue just looked like it looked like a strip club,
It's the BET
and
Awards, the
I
hip
don't want
hop
y'all to
awards.
think I'm so cool that I go to strip clubs all the time. I just watch Players Club, and I might have been to one strip club. Mama, I'm sorry, I did. I may have been in one strip club. I was forced. It just looked like a strip club. So
We're always forced the first time we go.
and then first and last, I will say. So I'll tell y'all. I was told Stadium in DC was a club in a strip club. Like they had a club part and they had a
Oh,
strip
stadium.
club part. And next thing you know, I was throwing holy water on the dancers. So.
Oh, Lord. I'd have been like, "Get out of here. Why you even come in here? If you gonna come in here with all that judgmental stuff, why are you in here? Get out."
This is what I said. Why did y'all bring me? Not me. I'm not this. I'm not this fun. I'm not this fun to bring to the
Yeah.
club.
I haven't been to a strip club in a very, very, very long time. It's been years since I've been to a strip club.
Um, and then who else performed? Your girl, Glow, performed.
I was gonna ask you if she performed. I was trying to find her performance. I didn't see it. What
Glow
song did she do?
and
Y'all know I love my glow.
Glow and Trina performed.
That
And
wasn't no, that was, Young Miami and Trina.
no, that was right. I'm sorry, not Glow. Young.
So
I'm a
Glorilla
lot.
didn't perform.
No.
You gonna seriously get Carisha mixed up with Glorilla on our
There's a lot
podcast.
going.
You gonna get
Listen, there
them
was a
mixed
lot
up.
going on. There's a lot going on.
Glorilla and Carisha are two different people, styles. Glorilla, no, 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 no. So Young Miami and Trina performed, and I would say that Carisha is definitely the new age Trina. I can see that
Yep.
totally. Yes.
But that's what it was. But TMZ did a like one of those fly like on the spot quick interviews because
Yeah.
Glow's album came out and Trina gave Glow her
Yeah.
blessing,
Yeah. Yeah.
support. That's how that whole thing. So sorry guys, but that's how it got mixed up.
Well, let me can I mention something about
Hmm.
Trina's performance? I will
Hmm.
say this, anybody who's heard I've been vocal about this back in the day. Trina's gonna be on my apology tour episode because back in the day I hated Trina because I was so lyrical. So back in the 90s when she was making music, early 2000s, I hated her and I hated her music, which she represented because I was so lyrical. Yeah, this was back in the day because I was Sun Yun Dun, Peace God, I was chasing Eminem. So I needed lyrics, right? So I didn't like Trina. Um, if you look at my rap book, all I got, I hate Trina, ban Trina. I got all kinds of mean stuff about Trina. I do because I was so lyrical and she wasn't. But when I was watching her performance, and I've been apologized to Trina, over the years because I realized that she was for who she was for. So now I respect the hell out of Trina. And she also paved the way too for those type of girls. But anyway, listening to her perform, I was like, okay, she look at Trina with the hits. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I wasn't participating, even though I wasn't outside when she was performing, I could still recognize all her hits. The baddest B, pull over that A2 fat. You know what I'm saying? You don't know Nan. Like, I was like, look at Trina coming with the hits. Okay. All right. So
She
shout
got
out to
songs with
Trina, yo.
Kelly Rowland too. Let me tell you, I like
Yeah.
Trina. It's funny when you had said that because I always keep my mouth shut. But I actually like Trina. When Trina came on, when the first time I heard her, when you don't know now, I was like, who
Yeah.
is this? I like this.
Yeah.
I like the way she rapped. I liked her. She had her black tights, a little bra on, and she
Yeah.
was talking the most trash I ever heard.
She
And
was.
even on the baddest, she has some lyrics that make me blush for shades, but
Yeah.
she
She
speaks
has
her
some
truth.
really ahead of her time lyrics on a lot of her stuff. So yeah, I wasn't that wasn't my style back in the day, and that's why she's on my apology tour.
I,
For
I,
anybody who watches our episode, just so you know, if you ever hear Ill God and I say, this person's going to get an apology or going to be on our apology tour, she and I are going to do an episode of artists that we slept on back in the day, or artists that we necessarily didn't show flowers to back in the day that now we respect. So we're going to do an episode eventually where we're like apologizing to a lot of the artists, and Trina is definitely on my list. So shout out to Trina. She did great. And she looked
yeah,
great too, as
Trina.
always.
Trina is beautiful. I know a
Yeah.
couple of years ago she got some flack, and I was just thinking, like, she's old. Like, she's older now. Like,
You're
she's
not
not
allowed to
gonna.
be older. You're not on the internet, you're not allowed to get older. You're not. You can't
But
get older. You gotta be sexy forever.
yeah, she has some. I didn't watch the one performance that I should have watched. I didn't watch was E40. So y'all, if you did watch it,
I
tell me
saw that.
how it was.
I
Uh,
saw a bit of that.
what did you think?
He did Tell Me Where to Go. He did, it was what else did he do? Tell Me Where to Go. It was something else he did. God dang it. He didn't start with Tell Me Where to Go. He started with something else. I forgot. I didn't see the whole performance. I ended up getting out, going into the store, but I didn't see the whole performance. I was trying to watch this damn show on the way home. But no, shout out to E40. Did he get any kind of award? That's another thing. I'm
Nah,
like,
he was
Travis
just
Scott
there.
is in a building getting awards while E40 is sitting down in the same building. I'm like, you're gonna give Travis Scott an award and E40 is sitting there in the building. And
Listen,
that's why I'm like, let's go back to Ilgaz's question. Is it too early for my man to be getting the award? And you got
mm,
legends sitting in there that y'all ain't honored yet. Or I could be wrong. Did E40 get honored? Yeah, I could be wrong.
he's been on a couple things, and this is my last point, and then we can go to the winners.
Okay.
One thing that was missing, and I felt one, the only reason why I ever watched the BET Hip Hop Awards is for the ciphers.
Did they do the ciphers? Goodbye. Hello, goodbye. We're closing down shop.
And it's crazy because, and we'll probably go back to it in a later episode because I know there's a couple things I want to revisit because obviously we weren't doing the pod during verses. I kind of want to
Yeah,
talk about that, but I
of
also
course.
want to talk about old school BET ciphers who had the best. I know to me, one of the standouts is when Eminem like kind of came back to the scene, and I'm like your mom. That was my conspiracy theory because I told my mom that was a clone.
Oh, Eminem. I hear a lot
Yeah,
of
because of the
stories
way
about
that
Eminem
he was
clones.
rapping, and then he had, instead of the blonde, he had a
I gotta
brunette
go back. I gotta go
beard.
back and watch it. Yeah, I gotta go back and watch it.
And I was like, oh, that's a classic mama. That's not Eminem. Look at the way he's
Yeah,
talking because he had to change the way he rapped because he had to rap. He had to rap sober. But
that's sad. Yeah, that's
this year it's crazy because the advertisements for the awards, Jada was like the producer. They had Portia, and Portia was putting it down in the
Portia.
booth.
Look at Portia doing
Portia
her
from the
thing.
Real Housewives,
Yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah.
thicker than a speaker. So just so you guys know, we understand what y'all like. but
Portia
Portia was
always been beautiful. I always
yeah,
loved her.
Portia is she's a baddie for
She
sure. But
is definitely.
she
Yeah.
was in the booth and Jada was producing it. And it was like the way that
That.
it's like that was true life clickbait
So
because there was none where there used to be like there was one with another cipher that sticks out was Reverend with
Remember that one?
JoJo and Diggy, and then Ice Cube with O'Shea. And
Yeah,
I think his
that
other
was dope.
son might be Oh Shit or something like that. But like, and they were all kind of rapping together. Like
Yeah.
that's when it always will stick out in my brain. And the fact that they didn't do it is
So they didn't do the beat. So everybody watches for the cipher. They didn't do the cipher this year. That's disgusting. So they did the ones because I saw like Angela Rye and I saw the girls just getting coached by Rhapsody and Jadakiss. So that was their version of the cipher this year.
that was just clickbait. That wasn't even real. Like that was just to
They wasn't in
advertise.
the that wasn't in the show.
No, they did do it off. Like they had one with T.I.'s son, Demonte.
Yeah,
Like he
Demond.
like it, but it's not a cipher. He's in the booth freestyling. And then they like different artists can go in the booth to
But they officially
freestyle, but it
didn't have a
wasn't
cipher. There was no BET cipher this year, like on purpose. Like that's the highlight of the BET Awards. There was no site. Did they say why? Is there any comments? Are we what's the chatter about why
so
there's
let
no
me tell you what the chatter is. And this is where before we get to the winner, because obviously that's just gonna be, me Nostradamus and I are gonna just chat batter about the
Yeah.
winner. But this is the whole like people were like, what was the point? What was the point?
Yeah.
What was the point? I did like some of the performances, so that okay, the performances were good. But
But
then I'm like, y'all not even at an awards banquet. You're at a strip club in Vegas.
wow.
And then I don't get to see what I like to see because I really did like Slaughterhouse had did like a crazy cipher one time that I would go back and watch
Nicki
over and over.
Minaj. Nicki
Nicki
Minaj
did one. Yeah,
murdered the cipher.
that
That's why I
was
was
the
like, she
Young
gonna be a star.
Money,
Yeah.
but she was the star of that.
She was in
Yes.
a cipher with Joe Budden. So was that wasn't the Slaughterhouse one though, but Joe
No,
Budden,
no,
I
no,
don't
no, no,
know
no, no.
Joe Budden and Nicki, I don't know how that dynamic got together, but Nicki Minaj was in Joe Budden's cipher and
Ooh.
killed it. Like I remember watching her and I was like, okay, she's gonna be a star. I was like, all right, this girl is gonna be a damn star. I already knew it from that cipher. She smoked that. She
I
murdered
gotta
that.
go back and now I gotta go back and watch it. But
Go
see,
back and watch Nicki Minaj cypher, she killed it. She killed it. If I can get her because she has so much damn personality and that's like she had a cigarette, like she was like, "No smoking sign," like something, like she was just dope. It just worked out. Like she was just dope. Go watch it. And then remember the good music cipher. Remember with Ye my
Kanye,
dad loved that cipher. Like that's my dad's favorite cipher. Like
Common.
he called me like, "Did you see the cipher?" So he loved that one. Yeah, man. We got to talk about the best ciphers. Comment down below. What was your
Yes,
best
and
cipher?
if
Let's
y'all
start with
remember
you.
what I remember, I'm talking about the Slaughterhouse cipher where Royce kept saying hi Rihanna and how like
Yeah. Hi,
that's
Rihanna.
I think that's my favorite. And the other one where M just came back, but he
Yeah.
had his he it was brunette, it wasn't blonde.
I think
Yeah,
it was.
that was the whole thing. He had a beard, he had his traditional hoodie on.
Yeah.
But if whatever y'all favorite ciphers were, tell us because I think like to me that's my favorite part. It and I did this is a side question. So when I was coming up, a freestyle literally was like we would sit in the hallway against the wall
Yep.
and we would make up raps.
Yep.
Like it's not written,
Yeah.
just made up off the dome. But nowadays it seems like freestyles are
A rap.
pre-written and then you can just do it to any
Yes.
beat.
So
Is that what
whack.
you're okay?
That's freestyling now to the young kids is exactly that. It's a rap. It's just a rap that you got on deck. So it can be something
Um,
that's written. It's not off the top at all. It is literally a rap that's like not on your album or something, and then you just rap it. You know what I'm saying? Freestyling back in the day, I give you a banana, say rap about this banana, you give me 16 bars about a banana. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg was always a great freestyler.
he's
So
one of the I will give him credit. He's one of the best. I remember
always.
him on like when he was just coming up. And if y'all hear me talk about Arsenio Hall, yes, I used to stay up past my bedtime. And yes, I'm gonna tell you now, my grandmother used to beat my ass a lot. But
Aw.
I would watch Snoop Dogg on Arsenio Hall. So that's why I always remember because I got whippings to go with all the stuff I was watching.
For the love of
But
hip hop, getting whoopings.
Always, always. Another thing, so the big winner of the night
Big winners.
Was Kendrick. Was there
Meow, meow,
award
meow,
was
meow.
there an award that he won that surprised you?
Now let me look because I got the list as well.
Okay.
So let's see here. So we got best feature in a verse. Goes to
Mhm,
Kendrick. We got best lyricist. We got the impact track, Not Like Us, Kendrick best
mhm,
video, Kendrick song of the year, Kendrick artist of the year.
mhm.
Um, what I say surprised me. I don't think any of these surprised me, but I don't know about artist of the year. Off
Okay.
that one song. I mean, when did that album come out? His last album. That
His
was like
last album came out, when did,
what
I was drunk at
couple
the
years ago.
airport. Oh, 2000, yeah, I was
2022 maybe?
2022 is
Okay.
exactly right, because that's when I was drunk in the airport, and I'm
Okay.
trying to tell you, my ex loves Kendrick. I got a link, and I had to listen and give my thoughts about his
Well,
album.
okay, so how so you can get all this off of one song? Off of a song? Like all of this best video, best lyricist. I do think I think song of the year, I'll give him song of the year because I can't believe we're still playing that song. So I'll give him song of the year. I'll give him impact track, I
Okay.
will. Because people are still singing it. We can't let it go. But I don't know about artist of the year off one song. Artist of the year for me, you have to. I need a little bit more out of you than a song a diss track that you wrote just impromptu and it just took off. It got life of its own. I don't know about artist of the year, so that's the one that probably surprised me. What do you think?
So the one that surprised me, and I guess this is back to my love for J. Cole, which y'all find I'm very biased. J. Cole's verse in first person shooter,
Hmm.
I actually like more than Kendrick. So I was like, that's crazy that
Was
he
that nominated?
won.
Do you have nominees? Do you have the nominees? Because I have a
I
question.
did. That would well, I did, and I will tell y'all, I am normally prepared, but both of my computers got the black screen, so I
It's
can't pull
okay.
it up. But I know for that one, J. Cole was nominated. That's what made me. It's a Drake featuring J. Cole called
Yeah.
First Person Shooter, because that actually, before Kendrick's verse that started this whole beef, J. Cole has, talked about them being in the big three and him being, the best or whatever.
Yeah.
So to me, it's because J. Cole is like the domino effect of everything that's transpired. I would give it to him. But
J. Cole.
it goes to show how far, like, I guess if you're playing chess, this is what happens. You made this song, and now it has this ripple effect, and now you're the biggest artist. I still don't agree with the content. I will tell you, my brother's exact words are, Drake needs to be put in his place. He can't go around bullying people, and Kendrick is giving him everything that he deserves.
A lot of people think that. A lot of guys are excited to see the downfall of Drake. If that's what's happening, I'm not saying that that's happening, but
I
a
don't
lot of
think it's
guys,
happening.
yeah, that a lot of guys are like, finally, Drake to me feels like that guy, like that, like that popular guy in high school or that popular guy at the club that was always getting the girls or something. And then one guy was like, I'm gonna take him down. And then all the other guys was like, yeah, yeah. Like,
John
I don't
Tucker
know.
must die. So let me find out. It's going to be Aubrey
Feels like
Graham
that.
must die. See, here you
Yeah.
go. See, Drake, how I keep giving you ideas. You just need to follow my ideas instead of
He
trying to be a
should
tough
have.
guy. You'll be able to come back. I promise. It's
I
easy
don't know
breezy.
the road he's taking though. Like he posted a selfie today. He's got like pigtails with like bows and he's like doing duck lips. So I don't know what his because he's doing this on purpose. He's doing something. I don't know. I'm sure there's some motive behind it. And I just don't understand like the road he's taking, like posing with duck lips and hair bows and selfies and I
He's
don't know.
doing character development. Character
Yeah.
development.
Yeah, he's
We don't
developing
know.
into something. I don't know. I'm such a Drake fan, but I definitely kind of feel like I'm outgrowing some of, the new Drake. Outgrowing him a little bit. But continue.
Yeah, I mean that was so that's what I was gonna say. I feel like with Kendrick went because he won 8 awards, right?
That's
I feel like and a lot of the awards that he one, he was nominated against Drake. There was other artists, and I know before y'all get in the comments, there's other people besides Drake and Kendrick. I
Yeah.
understand. But the ones that are at the top, the forefront, getting the streams, the ones that are gonna, when we put the tags that are gonna get us views, are gonna be
There you
Drake
go.
and
There you
Kendrick.
go.
So
There you go.
I want to be 100% honest. So that's
Yeah.
why we talk about them.
Yes.
So with Drake and Kendrick, it's like even BET, because you know people in the community vote. It's not like BET
Yeah.
pick. It's a nominee. So people, it's like they're sending a message
Yeah. Yeah.
to
There's
Drake.
an okay. Here's my question. How do you feel about Kendrick Lamar not being there? Is there a reason why he's not there? He's not on tour.
I'm gonna
Um,
tell you. Oh, go
okay.
ahead.
Well,
Finish your question.
he got nominated for, you said, 8 awards, and he won for whatever. He won most of whatever he got nominated
Mhm.
for, and he made one song. And it's he's pro-black, conscious for the people. Homie still double down calling us some slaves. And like, this is the BET Hip Hop Awards. This is like the Black Honor Awards. Why were you not there, Mr. Lamar, to get these awards off the one song that you did? Why didn't you show up to get the awards?
You know what? And I hate to say this, and it's our own people. Back in
Hmm.
the day when there was the NAACP awards, we all would show up,
Yeah.
show out, get dressed, and celebrate us. Now, because things to get us canceled this week as we're just getting started. But now because we are more accepted, like Nelly was at the American Music Awards,
Hmm.
you got the Billboard Awards.
Yeah.
We're more accepted in other places. People do, it's so weird. People do whatever they can do to try to fit in.
Hmm.
Because as much as he thinks he's not like us, he's just like them.
Mm. Mm. You really don't like Kendrick, do you?
I keep saying, y'all, I
You are
like
so
Kendrick
against
just
him.
fine. What I'm not a big fan of is people say one thing, they portray a certain life, but they're not about it. And this is my example. People got on Michael Jackson because unfortunately he real life did have vertigo, whether y'all want to deny it or not. He
Yeah.
really had it. So, and he has the money. So yes, he's an entertainer. He's gonna do things to make his stuff even.
Right.
But MJ would be at BET because he never forgot where he came from.
Was he ever?
As hmm,
Go ahead.
and the women that he cast in his videos were dark skinned, beautiful models,
Yeah.
goddesses.
Yeah.
Y'all can say what y'all want to say about him, but this is actual factual fact.
Mhm.
And if y'all don't believe me, you can go back. He got the thing where he's dancing with James Brown.
I
He
remember.
got the thing where he's performing. He's actually on that BET stage.
Yes.
When we get it, when the up and coming get accepted, and even though they get their start at BET,
Mhm.
once mainstream gets a hold of them,
Mhm.
they leave us.
Yeah.
Even I can remember, listen, I don't want no smoke with the Carters at all, but I can
Mhm.
remember a time when Death of Audio Tune came out and Jay-Z came in with a set of black
Yeah.
cars and he performed. Jay-Z don't F with them
Mhm.
no more.
He wouldn't be at the BET Awards, especially the BET Hip Hop Awards. That's lower than the BET Awards, unfortunately.
And so there's a disconnect because we don't take pride in what we try to create. And this is why
Absolutely.
things look low budget. This is why we're at the strip club instead of a
So
award show.
this is
Sorry.
This so because I'm like, he's not on tour. I know he has to get ready for a Super Bowl performance, but this is one night. You could have been here. And my whole thing is, and I love Kendrick Lamar, so this isn't like a hot take or anything like that, because he'll be on the show one day. But Kendrick Lamar, this is the BET Awards. This is the Black Entertainment Awards, and they're honoring the hell out of you off of that one song that you did. And you're supposed to be Mr. Conscious, Mr. Pro Black. So I felt like you could have showed up to the BET Awards to get several awards that they gave you off that one song. You know what I'm saying? And also to add fuel to the fire, showing up to say thank you for getting an award. This is my first award for my diss track against him. That would have been doubling down on the diss as well. That's one. But two, yes, you're right. Once we get to a certain level, unfortunately, black people don't take black people seriously, and we get above and too good for certain things. So the BET Awards, like I'm not going to that. That's beneath me. I'm going to the Grammys. I'm going to go to the America Musical Awards, whatever, the Oscars. I'm going to go to that kind of stuff, but there'll be white people there because that makes it important. But I'm not going to go to the BET Awards because ain't nobody there but hip hop people. Even though I'm hip hop, there's nobody there. Even though it's a hip hop award show and I am hip hop and I am a winner tonight, I'm not going to go, Mr. Pro
Let me
Black.
tell you, when the BET Awards invites us next year to do commentary,
Oh yeah,
I gladly will accept your
I like.
invitation and I will go every year.
I've been
I
practicing.
don't mind. And then I'm going to tell you this because I don't want anybody to think I'm a separatist. I'm not like that. I support BET, I support the Grammys, but I don't understand when people let you fit in and you fit in. It's like why I went to Norfolk State. I like to fit in where I know is home.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to beg to be let in, and I don't want to sacrifice home for a place that I might be in, and then I slap somebody, and then I can't go no more.
there you
Just
go. All right, let's go ahead. Let's move on. I did
all
have
right.
another award I want to
Mhm.
mention. What do you have?
Ooh. No, go ahead. I'm all for it.
I'm
Let's.
very, very, and I need the nominees on this. I am
Oh.
very shocked that Nicki Minaj has won the BET Hip Hop Album of the Year award. Nicki Minaj has won the
Pink
BET
Friday
Hip Hop
too.
Album.
Yeah.
Pink Friday 2 has won the Hip Hop of the Year award. Please tell me, who did Nicki Minaj go up against? Do you have that list? I could not find it. I need
I
to know.
would. So listen, I will be
Oh, you know
for
what?
you for y'all. I might be back. Hold on.
That's supposed to
I'll
be
be back, and you gotta entertain the people. I'll be back in a
okay.
minute.
I entertain y'all.
Mm.
All right, so she's gone. She has to do her thing. We record this real time. There's no editing. I don't do editing. I'm not there yet. I'm going to pay somebody on Fiverr eventually to do some editing. But yeah, talk to me a little bit right now. Till she gets back. Nicki Minaj has won the album of the year. My relationship with Nicki Minaj is I like classic Nicki. I like the first album, the second album, the third album. I think the fourth album was Queen. And I feel like that's when she started to lose me because her personality started to shift, her personality started to change, her music started to change as well. So this album that she has out now, I feel like I listened to it once, maybe not twice. I don't think it had replay value for me. So I am shocked that the album got album of the year, but that definitely is making me wanting to go back and listen to it again. I feel like I should give it a chance. So have you guys had a chance to listen to it yet? Do you think it deserves to be album of the year? That is my question to you guys. Are you into Nicki Minaj? Nicki Minaj also is currently on tour and she is busting ass on tour. She has the fourth highest selling rap tour of all time. Again, another shocker to me because I haven't been following Nicki Minaj's career in the last couple of years. So I feel like that reality, that reality to me is crazy because I didn't know it was happening. I didn't know she was I don't want to say that word. I don't want to say that word. I'm just going to say this. Nicki Minaj has some loyal ass fans. People think Beyonce got the most loyal fans. It is Nicki Minaj. Welcome back to the track. We were talking about me and the audience. We were talking about Nicki Minaj
Oh, I
and her
heard.
winning. And then I also mentioned that she has had the highest grossing tour, the fourth highest grossing tour of all time. Rap tour, male
That's
or
a, that's a big
female.
that's a big deal.
That's absolutely huge. And I was saying how it's interesting how I live in a different reality because I had no idea that people were still standing and fanning for Nicki Minaj just because I don't doesn't clearly
Doesn't
she's
mean
hated
yeah.
more online than she is in person because online it seems like no one likes her online, but in person clearly that's where it counts.
My niecey poo that I keep teasing Big Bank B. That's her name. That's what she told
Okay.
me. She actually got tickets to go to her show, so she is gonna tell us
That's so
what is
interesting.
what yeah. And I told her she's gonna just be a quick segment, but she can tell us the tea on this show. But I
I've
do
been
have the
seeing it.
nominees.
Okay.
So what's crazy is your girl. was up against her. Everything, Glow.
Yeah, okay, okay. And that was just like
For
an
all the
easy
dogs, Drake, I'm telling you, the industry was sending a message to Drake.
for all the dogs. I don't think I
Uh-huh.
remember that one.
It's a longer title, but I could only write it down real quick. Sexy We Trust. You already know Sexy Red.
Okay, she got nominated. Okay,
Megan was Megan. So Megan Thee Stallion's album
okay.
was Megan.
I
And
didn't
I
listen
don't
to
know
it.
about Megan because I must have missed that release.
She had an a diss track against Nicki. Well, it wasn't a diss track against Nicki. It was a diss track against everybody.
Oh,
So I'm
I do
thinking, was it
remember
that
that song.
album? Yeah,
Was that the one, the Freaking You beat? Or was that
freaking you.
Nicki? Was that Nicki that had
That was
that?
Nicki, yeah, don't get the
Okay.
women mixed up. No, Megan was the one where she was like, "These hoes don't be Megan. These hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes be mad at Megan's Law." I don't care. It was like a diss track to everybody,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
Nicki
yeah, 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 yeah,
Minaj,
yeah. I
and then
remember.
releasing a diss track back, and so it was a whole thing. And I think that's the album that this was on. That
Okay. And then one of one, but one is I'm sure the rapper's name is WUN. So one of one. So those were the ones.
okay.
So
Well, congratulations to Nicki Minaj for best album, hip hop album. It's weird that I've never heard it. I've only heard it once. That's so weird, but I'm gonna definitely go back and check it out.
I
Only
will,
album I heard in that category was Glorilla, and the
what's
lyrics are great.
interesting, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hold y'all. As you know what I'm about to say. I ain't listening to none of them. But I don't watch the BET Awards for their album of the year because it never agrees. They never agree with me.
Yeah, and
They
Sexy
never agree with
Red
me.
been nominated for album of the year is crazy. But
No.
yeah, that's the
All
BET
right.
Awards. What else we have? Because we got to get ready.
So listen, we were just talking about Glow. Your girl, who I feel like we're on her promotional team,
We
she
are.
just released her new album. So this is your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you lean with it, rock with it, and then I'll just chime in.
Yeah, I mean, y'all know I've been very vocal about, my homegirl Glorilla. It's been a long time since I've been excited about a female in rap. So she is the first in a long time. Even though I like Meg, I was cool with Cardi. Nicki was my homegirl too. But Glorilla, I've said it before, there's something different about her, something that stands out. Something about the way she raps. And it's a real nostalgic of, old school 3 6 Mafia, Memphis, Project Pat type. It's just so I love her in that. Um, the new album, I definitely love it. I love the way it flows. She has really great features. She has the girls are on there. She has Meg, she has Sexy Red, and she has Lotto. She also has Money Love. That's not her name. Money Long.
Money Long, because I
Money
love that
Long.
song. That's my
Yeah.
that song.
Yeah.
That's
Money
my
Long.
song right there. Yes.
She has
Okay.
Money Long on there, so I thought it was dope. It's an album full of bangers as always, especially when something's released as a single, it makes you like it more. So the one with her and Sexy Red is dope. I said it, before on this channel that I feel like Sexy Red could have brought it harder. I think Sexy Red could have came harder with her voice, not her verse, her voice, her verse. She could have came harder. She sounded like she just kind of recorded something and sent it in. I feel like she should have definitely tried to shine on this, but it was still good. Um, I feel like what was I gonna say? I forgot. Oh, I feel like I'm glad that Glorilla and Sexy Red did a song together because they are the two women that they would like pit against each other. Like a Little Kim and Foxy. They try to do Meg against Nicki and then Cardi against Nicki. They're always trying to put it, they're saying that it can only be one. But Sexy is the opposite of not the opposite, but they
Mhm.
put them against each other. So them doing a song together, I think was dope. The two most ratchet girls in hip hop got together and made a song. I think that was dope. I think it's a good album. I like Glorilla, and she's just so nice, and she seems sweet, and good job, Glow. I love the
I like
album.
that you put me on to her. Ever since
Yeah.
it's like you put me on, it's just like anything. When someone says something, you always see it, the law of attraction. So I
Of
did get
course.
a chance to catch her on J HUD singing a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I listened to this album, and it's different from the time that you made me listen to that crazy ass Yay album
Aw. Which
because I
year?
actually enjoyed. I enjoyed it. It's fun, like, it's fun, and
It is fun.
the I like it's so funny because I was watching this one show, and they were like, "Kirk Franklin's gonna be on Glorilla's album. Do you think he's gonna say Glorilla?" But it really wasn't but it wasn't like that, it was
Yeah.
a nice song. If I could remember, I'd really quickly listen to it, but that song where I think, oh, wait a minute. What's the procedure?
What's the
What's the
procedure?
procedure is one of my
Yeah.
favorite
That's
songs.
Mulatto. Mulatto, that's
That
dope.
one right there,
Yeah.
that's a banger.
Yeah.
That's a banger.
I love
But,
that one.
Money Along, it's a
Mhm.
song I know that the dude wasn't treating her right, and she was like,
Yeah.
"You better act like who you are." I just for some
It's
reason what's the
yeah.
name of the song?
It's like, "You Don't Deserve My Friend" or something like that.
Yeah, You Don't
Yeah.
Deserve that song right there. Like, this album this is an album where if I used to go out, this would be what
Right.
this is what I would play. But this is definitely airport. This for me now because I'm old and I don't be going out. I go to I take a flight. So this is gonna be this will be on my flight playlist. I liked it. I enjoyed her album very much.
It's really
Good
good.
job, Blow. You got new fan. You got a conversion. Cause
You
this
got
and
the
I'll tell you,
aunties.
I'm not like I'm not easily swayed because when if I but the fact that you had good dope beats,
It's the beats.
nice wordplay too, and I like
Yeah.
her little Memphis accent. It's so cute.
Yeah.
She
That
reminds me of Trina a little bit, so I kind of
yeah.
liked it. So
I
yeah.
mean, that's what I said. The thing about Glorilla is she does rap about sex and she does rap about guys, but it's in a different way. It's from a different perspective. It's not like a buy me a bag or buy me
Mhm.
shoes, or it's not like a I your man is, he buy me everything or I gotta get a bag, like a city girl type vibe, which shout out to the city
Mhm.
girls, but I always felt like that was different. Like her vibe is like my nigga ain't at home, I'm going out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no nigga, ain't no
Yeah,
nigga got no nigga.
that is the
It's
song too. And speaking
yeah.
of that, because we were talking about athletes that rap,
Mhm.
word on the street, her and Dame Lillard are getting close, but she was like, "Don't be
Yeah.
worrying about my business because I don't want to mess it up with my other dudes." I was like, "You better
That's
say,"
what I'm
because
saying.
normally,
Like,
normally dudes say that. She was
yes.
when she said that, I was like, "Oh, she's a
That's
real
what I'm
one for
saying.
real."
It's so she has a in one of her songs, it's like he asks if I'm her, my he asks if I'm her own. He asks if I'm his only nigga, and she like, "Nope, but you my favorite one," or something like that. Like, it's just dope. It's creative, it's clever, and I just feel like it separates her from other women because she like, she calls herself Glorilla Pimp on Instagram, but I guess it's like she's just taking control. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention her flow is slightly masculine over these Memphis type beats, like these dark, they remind me of these 3 6 Mafia, Bone Thug type beats. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really why I'm in love. I'm in love with the dark beats that she raps over. So I just think she dope. I think her producers did a great job. I don't know if she's writing her lyrics or not. I don't know, but the writers are doing a great job. Her stylist, she has a very unique little style. I just think everything about her is dope. Shout out to Glorilla. I can't wait to get her on the show because she's coming.
Absolutely. Glow, I can't wait to meet you. I want to definitely give you words of encouragement. I like you. I I rock with it. I rock with it.
My
Um,
words are do not let a nappy head rapper get you pregnant. I keep saying that. Do not get pregnant, Glorilla. Do not get pregnant. I repeat, don't do it. I don't care. Don't get pregnant. Do not don't even get a boyfriend in this industry. Do not I don't care how much y'all look cute together. I don't care how much it's gonna break the internet. I don't care how much people gonna trip out when they see y'all together. I know it feels good in the moment. Don't post his hand. Like, I don't want any of that. Just do you
don't say
because
my beach is better.
please
Don't do
don't say
that.
my beach is better. Don't do that. Don't because what they're gonna do is they're gonna want to bag you. They see you coming up and it's like, I want her. They will bag you. They will put one up in you, but they're not going to stick around. It doesn't happen. They just don't. You're the
See,
new it girl. They want you. They're not ready to get married.
you're gonna make me dive into a side conversation. I feel like that's what happened to your girls that you thought were twins because homeboy they broke
That's
up.
exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. That's what I'm
They
saying. You be at the height of your career and they sniff you out. They sniff you out. You young, you pretty, you hot, and then you get a cute boyfriend, and now you have this baby, and then they gone.
and he
Cardi
gone,
B,
and now he trying to give out BBLs, and I was like, wah wah wah.
yeah. I mean, he did it. But she was on. She was coming up. She got pregnant. Cardi B was one album in, and she got lumped up. She was at her. She was pregnant with her damn album dropped. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now she's 3 kids in. God bless her because she's such a great mom too, and I love her even more since she became a mom. But now she divorced. She never even put out a second album. So it's like these
Yeah.
girls, they come up and they get pregnant so fast. And
So go ahead.
I just said that doesn't ruin your career. Being a mother doesn't ruin your career, doesn't ruin your life or anything, but it slows you down. And they're gone. I like Glorilla so much. Just don't get pregnant. I
Aw.
know.
So speaking of which though, how you get pregnant, Snoop Dogg, look at my transition queen, segue queen, Missionary by Snoop and
Woo!
Dr. Dre. First of all, are you excited that they're working on a follow-up?
I am excited about this. Interested in seeing the vibe of this because it's what 20 years past it. Well, this is a follow up to Doggy
Doggy
Style.
Style,
Okay.
because they never had a follow-up to Doggy
So
Style.
30 years past due over. Okay. So yeah, you should be excited because you can, participate now. I don't know how excited you are. I don't know if you're gonna sleep through this and have to fuss at you in 30 more years, but you should be excited for this album. You can get to experience it real
Listen,
time.
I can't use my excuse anymore that I can only hear it in the car because I can shit. Now you can just stream it.
You
So I
grown
am a
up.
little excited because it's crazy. I love Dr. Dre's beats. I really do.
Um,
Like I like his beats. And like I said, even though I may not have been able to physically have Doggy Style, I know like Snoop's whole story for I like how he came up. I watched
yeah,
him on Arsenio Hall all over the Chronic. So to see like to have them back together, even when they were on still DRE, like
yeah,
everyone was so excited because there was a time, obviously we all know the story of Death Row Records, and Snoop had to get himself out of that situation. And then he started experimenting with his sound, working with Pharrell, which was really
yeah,
dope as
yeah,
well. And then he did his roster thing. He did a gospel album. He has a children's motivation, but it's like full circle. He's
yeah.
gonna come back, work with Dre, and I think it's just
Switching
like a
positions.
nice thank you to fans, or like a what do you call it? Like just revisit like a moment in time, like a lot of I've
Yeah,
noticed a lot of the old school rappers have been doing lately. So I
yeah,
am excited about it. I'm actually excited to hear. I know a couple of people write for Dre, Jay-Z being one of them, Royce the 5'9" being another,
yeah.
Ice Cube as we talked about before. So I'm kind of curious about how much Dre is gonna rap. And I think this takes the pressure off of Dre from Detox as well. I got a whole bunch of thoughts. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
But Detox, Dre was pressured because it was him, like it was his album.
yeah.
With his Snoop album, he can rap as little or as much as he wants to, but mostly he's responsible for how it sounds, and he is
The
one of the
sound.
best
Yeah.
at making things sound spectacular. So I'm
I'm
excited about
I'm
it for sure.
excited too. And I just realized in this moment, let me think before I say this. Let me think. Let me see. Let me think. I think I can say this. I don't think Dr. Dre is on Doggy Style at all. And I guess you can't back me up because, you never heard it. But
I can't.
to our viewers, am I right? Dr. Dre
Wait
is
a minute,
not.
hold on. One, two, two and two the four. That Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door.
That's on
That's
the
on the
Chronic.
Chronic.
Yeah. So I'm
Ah, yeah.
thinking Dr. Dre, as far as vocals, and he's not on Doggy Style. He's not on Gin and Juice. He's not on
Ah,
any of the lead singles. I'm thinking about the songs on there,
Lolly
and I could be
Doggy is.
wrong. Dog Pound is on there. Corrupt is on there. Dad.
Yeah.
Even
Okay.
Mr. Malik is on there. Lady of Rage, but no, Dr. Dre is not on the
See?
product. He's not on there. Am I wrong? Please let me know. Dr. Dre is not on that album, which is very interesting. So when you said you're wondering if he's going to be on Snoop's and how
Mhm.
little, I wonder if he'll even be on Missionary or if he'll just be behind the boards.
Yeah. Well, I think for real, well, I don't know why, but I feel like Dre has some kind of anxiety on
He
the
said he
other
doesn't like his
things.
voice. He said he hates his voice.
Yeah.
He's always said that.
Yeah. He has anxiety on the other side, which is crazy because when he has the right, like I always, when he has the right lyrics,
Yeah.
he just, I don't mind him at all.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually I like, because people in California sound very unique. It's that, like, it's melodic kind of, kind of little fake Southern drawl, but I really
Mhm.
enjoy it. In another collaboration that they're working on. So in addition to Missionary, they have another brand. Everybody's has an alcohol brand, but their brand is still JIN that they
Oh,
recently launched.
still
So I just thought that was
JIN.
kind of, mm-hmm.
That's dope. So
I
did they
thought
is
that
that
was,
the gin and juice that they have released? Is that or is this
mm-hmm.
something else? Because 'Cause they've
Nope,
had
no,
that.
that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the gin and juice. I think that's all, right? That's all I think that's already in stores.
Um,
The gin
it
and juice,
just, I
or is
think
it
it
just
just, yeah, teaming and launch, because this was a day ago that they just released it.
oh,
So
they
a
just
day ago for us right now is Tuesday.
okay,
So yeah.
still JIN.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to review it. How
Okay.
about that?
I
And then
will
we'll
do
come
that.
back.
Oh yes, I
We'll
will
come
do
back.
that. I love that. It's set to release on, okay. Yes. So by our next episode, we should. So I got to make sure it's at my ABC store because
So
it's
is
going to
it
come out on the 17th.
wait, is it okay, still G okay, so still GIN. You said JIN. A lot of people do that.
Oh Lord, because
You
I can't.
people do
I'm
that to
dyslexic.
me. My name is
Mhm.
NODJA, and people always, when I spell it, they write a G instead. It's so weird. I say NODJA, and
Oh,
they put a G in there, or they'll
I
say
can
it
tell
with
you,
a G.
your name is spelled right, but I still spell it wrong. I want to put an A. I want to put NA so bad instead of NO.
Yeah. So, oh,
But
this is actual gin. I thought this was like, don't they have like a gin and juice
yeah, they
like
have
a,
with
a
the popularity of their canned cocktail, gin and juice,
that's what I'm
named
thinking
after the
of.
song. Now they have
Oh,
gin.
oh,
But
oh,
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna have
put
to know.
my still GIN with juice. I promise,
Okay.
because I'm not that tough. I'm not thug life. I'm not thug
Yeah,
life.
I drink my liquor straight. I do. I do.
Yo,
I drink it
it's
straight.
some okay. There's something about you being from the D. You and Precious and y'all. Mm,
Shout out to Precious. What up, though?
mhm,
Yeah, I have to
I
drink my liquor straight or I'll get sick if I mix it with a chaser. That's the stuff that gets you hungover, the sugar and stuff.
you said
That
that's a side conversation. Mm-mm.
yeah, so
All
okay,
right.
so well, yeah, I don't know which one I'll sample, maybe one, maybe both, but we'll reconvene next week and we'll talk about that. We'll sample it. I'll definitely,
Yeah, I think that'll be a nice. You know what? Maybe next week, because that'll be closer. Well, actually, past my birthday, we just have like a little celebratory episode.
yes. What day
I
is your
like that.
birthday? The
Oh,
21st?
22nd.
I keep getting close to 22nd. October 22nd, 10/22, 1022. Okay.
Mm-hmm, 10/22. And we just have one last thing because it actually goes with what we were talking about. You told me about this. I didn't even know, but I remember watching it. So tell me all about this Source documentary coming out, the Source Award.
Yeah, I don't have many details on it, but I know that Benzino is supposed to be in the works to create the Source Awards documentary, and of course they're going to be highlighting the infamous Source Awards with not Dr. Dre, Suge Knight, Outkast, the infamous All in the Video speech. Yeah, so they're going to be highlighting that night, I'm sure, but they're going to be doing a documentary on the Source Awards. I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to that because I just love anything that got to do with the 90s and the 90s hip hop. I'm excited about that.
So what's crazy is that was 1995. And it's,
Best
if
year in
you,
hip hop.
I remember this stuff, like I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I really do. It First of all, I remember Snoop getting booed, which I was surprised about because I'm trying to tell you, I might not have had an album, but it was playing in everybody's car. Like
Right.
if I was getting a ride, Doggy Style was in the background, right?
Right.
So the look on my face when they were booing Snoop, and they were like, "The East Coast don't
East
have
Coast
no
got
love
no
for
love.
Snoop Dogg." Say that then,
East Coast
you
ain't got
know?
no love for Snoop D-O double G. East
Yeah,
Coast ain't got no. Yeah.
yep. And then the infamous line, because when we went to the lunch table the next day,
The next day, talked about it at lunch.
yep, all up on the videos.
This man said, if you don't want this man Suge Knight got on stage and said, if you want to make whatever the speech is, if you don't want a producer, all in the videos, all on the song, dancing, come to death row. And everybody was like, oh, like the
That
audience
was
went
such
crazy.
a wild, yo, it was such a wild night. It's weird. So I will tell y'all again, during like hip hop's like probably like more so moving to the mainstream. We weren't in the States. We was in an island called Guam. Most of the rappers that were played on were East Coast rappers, but then I moved to California. Ice T, Hammer, Oaktown 357 started getting big. Moved back to
Yeah.
Virginia. By the time I moved here, Hammer was the biggest thing from the West Coast, but everything else was still East Coast dominant. But then it's like it's so weird because my aunt was alive. She would vouch. It's like we moved here and then Dre and Snoop were blowing, we're
Yeah.
blowing up. We're like, why can't we ever be where we're supposed to, where
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
supposed to
Yeah.
be, where the
Yeah.
rappers are at? And just to find that just in a few years that all their good works had changed. And then when you think like even I never forget because this is what brought Jay-Z kind of up. Obviously, Big had passed away, but you know that song New York, New York, because and
Hmm.
they crushed the buildings.
Yeah.
They really did. Now CNN had a song called LA, LA, but they ain't go there and crush no.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
ain't
Yeah.
crush no
It ain't.
buildings.
It ain't do what New York. New York
it
did
didn't
either.
do what it didn't do what it didn't do what it did.
Hmm.
So it changed everything, especially when Pac got out of jail because because Suge bailed him out. Come to death row, you will get
And
paid. And then they had the infamous source cover. It's just
yeah.
like the whole 95,
Well,
everything changed.
that's the episode in itself, 1995, and I actually was
Mhm.
saying that, like, earlier today, I was talking about how 1995 for me is one of the greatest, years of hip hop is 1995 because of the crazy albums that was released that year, plus the Source Awards. But, I did wanna say that a lot of people don't talk about, when we talk about Suge Knight's speech, a lot of people don't talk about Puffy's response. Like, that's
Oh,
something
tell
that
me.
never really. Do you remember it? Like, I remember it, but, like, it never gets talked about. They talk about Suge Knight, but they don't talk about how Puffy got back on stage later and was like, "I
Mm,
wanna respond to Suge Knight's comment." Like, he said his name. This
mm.
is going off top. This was what I remember. I haven't seen this in years, but I remember him saying, I work hard. I think he was this isn't verbatim, but it was like, "I work hard. I'm a black man, so I deserve to be something." Like, he answered him back. And I think he said Suge, like, I want to address Suge's comment. Like, he addressed it head on. And he said, "I work hard." I remember, like, the "I'm a black man." I remember that. Again, this is me going off top. I haven't seen it since, but I remember. I'm sure it can be Googled. And I just think it's interesting that they always talk about Suge part, but they never talk about how Puffy came back and kind of defended himself. But that's what started the East Coast, West Coast beef, the damn Source Awards. That's where it started. And it was
You
up from there.
Yo, we so this so when I do my pick, y'all know so the pick ain't gonna be a Tubi. It is gonna be all about this documentary because one is so crazy because we actually lived it, but it's not like we lived it as grown. We
Yeah.
lived it as a teen. This was
We were
95, I was
teenagers.
16. 16
So
going on
during this,
17.
I remember it being
Yeah.
around my birthday. So I was just 14. I had just turned 15.
And like it's crazy because I'm reading the quotes and it's just like what you said was well both we said with Snoop. It's like
Yeah.
let it be known then. And it
Yeah.
because it was just and I'm telling you, I never forget because I was watching, it was like the whole mood
Yeah. It
changed.
did. It did. It sure did. And this is New York. Like, oh man.
The whole they ain't changed. You had mentioned Outcast, and now like I blink out about like those were the two things like I remember the most.
So
Oh, and I
Outcast,
do remember Junior Mafia performing. I do
I don't
remember. Too.
I don't remember too much, but I want to go back to Outcast because
Yeah, because you had mentioned Outcast, but I don't remember them being there. So tell me what
well,
you.
that speech was and the speech was because it's on the album, it's on the Aquemini album, where he
Okay.
says at the end, he was like, "I'm tired of." He was it's Andre 3000. It's an infamous speech. He
Hmm.
says, like I'm tired of can't get no radio play. Basically, the South got something to say. Have you ever heard that line? The South got
Yeah.
something to
Oh
say.
yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Andre 3000's infamous line. This the South got something to say. He's holding up his award. He's at that same award show saying the South got something to say because again, Outkast was getting booed. Everybody was getting booed. If you wasn't from NYC, you was getting booed. You wasn't getting no love. So he came on stage. It's on the Aquemini album. The album ends with that speech, with the source of word speech. The Outkast Aquemini album ends with that speech. It was a crazy ass night.
That is
Crazy night.
crazy to me. Oh, so now look, now I'm getting comfortable. Sorry, we really at the lunch table now, but then we gotta wrap it up. When Outcast came out, I distinctively remember I'm always watching TV. Yes, I did watch TV a lot. I distinctively remember a Rap City episode where they went into the dungeon, but this is Southern playalistic
Yeah.
Cadillac style. Like this is before the me and you, your mama and your like this is before that. Cause I feel like me and you is what got them
It's 8 to
equipment
aliens.
got
Yeah.
them famous.
Yeah.
But prior to that, Southern player. So I remember, but
Mhm.
it's interesting too because Dre now he see him saying that he's renowned as one of the hottest
Yeah.
lyricists in the game.
Yeah.
So I feel like if he didn't speak up for himself, defend himself, he probably wouldn't have his like he had to fight almost
He
for his
did.
position.
A lot of those people from the South did, and the West Coast, because New York was that's where hip hop was. It was just
But
New
that's what I'm
York.
saying. This is all I the only it was the Dre and Snoop when what was that deep cover came out last said we
Yeah.
were in VA by that time.
Yeah.
Hammer we already knew because Hammer has that line. Hammer, you ain't hitting in New York. What are
You
you
ain't
gonna
hit.
do?
Yeah. Yo, that is crazy because that's when my mother explained that to me when I was a kid. Like
Mhm.
she explained to me that little scene. Hammer, you ain't hit in New York. What? So what you gonna do about that? Hammer, I'm
Yeah.
gonna turn this mother out. Like I remember that, like it was yesterday. And I remember my mother explaining it to me. She was like, if you're not from New York, a lot of people don't like you. Like if you're a rapper and you're not from New York, a lot of people don't like you. And I was
All
like
the
a
rappers are
kid.
from New York.
She just explained it to me, like, cause New York, she broke it down. I will call my mother right now and tell her that. She'd be like, really? I said that? She don't remember nothing, but she broke it down to me how all the rappers come from New York. That's crazy. And that's
Oh,
when I first realized that New York was a thing,
New York was running the show. Like I
It
could
was.
tell y'all, is if I met DJ, I just side and then we'll wrap up. Like I ever met DJ LES. I used to work at a music store. Big surprise. Big surprise.
Yeah,
He produced on Illmatic and we had a nice little conversation. He was like, I'll let Nas know you're like one of his biggest fans because no one has never met somebody like me because I really be deep in Nas's discography. I'll talk
right.
about what he said and I'll pick out little things. So you ain't nobody, no, y'all never met nobody like me before in your life. But long story short, he wound up moving to Guam. He's also in Guam. So, but I could only imagine like people in other countries, they don't view like I don't even think like they don't view like Pharrell and them people from Virginia
Mhm.
as any like New York is the superstars. That
Yeah,
has always been even my aunt. She listened to Big Daddy Kane.
yeah,
She listened to like a lot like Rakim, like a lot of people from New York, and then every now and then we'll sprinkle in a West Coast rapper, but
yeah.
it wasn't
New
a
York
big
go
deal.
ahead.
So that movement in '95 it changed the game. I think it also leveled. If I'm being honest, it leveled the playing field too.
Yeah, people had to stand up for themselves. People had to, like, let them know, "I'm dipping my toe in the water now." Like, I know New York, y'all is it, but we here and we got this.
Yo, yeah, I said then the disrespect. New York, New York.
They went and made a whole video crushing buildings and, like, letting them
Dis-
know, like, "Y'all niggas is not all that." Like,
the
y'all is
disrespect of
not
it
all
all.
that. Yeah.
And what's iller too was I think Foxy was messing with Corrupt.
Yeah, they dated for a while. They
Yeah,
did.
that's what just makes it so ill. So we'll revisit that. We'll do the juice. If you stayed around, we only got two more little quick things, and then
Yes, thank you
we'll
guys
wrap
for
it up.
staying. Yeah,
Mhm.
comment, "I'm still here." If you're still here,
You
comment
are still here
here.
because y'all know you were like, I remember that. I remember the Source Awards, and y'all gonna go look it up on YouTube after you get finished watching us. I already
Look it
know
up.
because that's
Look
what I would
it up.
do if I was watching us.
Look up Diddy's speech. I'm telling you, nobody talk about the speech. He replied back. Look up Diddy's speech. He said something back. It
All
wasn't as
right.
gangster, but he still said it.
I have to look it up. I just remember the Source interview where Diddy tried to act all innocent, and then like years later, both sides revisited.
Mhm.
Both sides are crazy.
What we got? We got,
So we just got my pick of the week.
all right.
So my pick of the week is gonna be obviously a Tubi movie because I told y'all Ghost is over. I'm really sad and tore up
Um,
about
I'm
it.
still gonna watch it. No spoilers. Imma still
So
watch it.
no, because I'm over it. So what I will tell y'all to watch, but you got to watch it with a grain of salt, is The Assistant 2. And if you're thinking, well, how can there be Assistant 2? Because the first assistant is dead. You got to watch to find out. Just like also all good soap opera, soapy movies, there's an evil twin, which is
Oh, jeez. But you done spoiled the movie now.
no, because that's how it starts. So that's not even a spoiler.
Okay.
That's the start of the movie. Katie from My Wife and Kids, she stars in the movie.
The little girl?
Well, she's a whole grown up now.
Okay, that's why she's on the internet now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I seen that.
She is on
Get somebody.
she's
Yeah.
on the internet and she let somebody knock her up too.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
she's on the internet. What I just real quick, one thing I thought was interesting about the movie, the husband in the movie, he's a executive for Tubi, and I was cracking up when he said that.
In the movie, he's an executive
Yeah,
for
he's an
oh, Lord.
executive for Tubi. So I was cracking up. But I would watch it. I wouldn't take it too seriously, but it is spooky season. So it's something to get us in the mood because next time I'm gonna give y'all some other thrillers. We're gonna come back to Nostradamus too to see if she finally watched OG Bobby Johnson and listen to the soundtrack for South Central as well.
Yeah, I have to actually so now I have 2 homework assignments. I have to watch OG Baby Johnson and drink gin and juice. So, I'm gonna
Mhm.
drink that. That's gonna be a whole West Coast fiasco, you know what I'm saying?
I love that.
The next time we record will probably be your birthday or around it, so we've
Mhm.
gotta do your dedication episode, so hear ye, gather one, gather all. Govern yourselves accordingly because 'cause we're gonna be talking about Nas, I'm sure, so
We listen. We don't know what we can talk about. Y'all know I'm the mouth of the South. I'll talk about everything.
I just don't put my name on it.
I'll weave like her favorite comedian. I'll make beautiful words together.
I just you got it, you got the whole thing. So, I don't have any roses this week. Everybody deserves a rose, but I don't have a rose this week.
That's okay. I got something for you. My
Okay.
turn. My turn. Think champs.
Woo! I'm excited. Okay.
All right, because everyone, if y'all don't know, if y'all can't tell, I'm also a movie buff. In addition to music, I really love movies.
Oh, I love
So
movies
here it
too.
is.
Yeah, that in common.
Boys
So
in the
Think
Hood.
Champ hold on. Think Champs is a new segment that we implemented where you have to pick this or that. And it's like our version of what Nori does on Drink Champs, this or that, and we just call it Think Champs. Thank you. Let's go.
Because we will be on Drink Champs,
We will. And
but
we're
I will
gonna have
not
our list
drink
for
in
Nori.
or smoke.
We're gonna have our list for Noriega too. No, and
Yep.
I'm not smoking, but and he all that goddamn
Yep.
clapping.
I
He ain't
love it.
clapping. I you love it. I hate it.
I love it because one thing, side note, Nori has been like that. I met Nori when I was 19. He's probably like 23, 24.
Okay.
And he has the person he is exactly who he is.
He's
He's never strayed. I love that about him. He's so dope. So I can't wait to tell him that too. You know, I met you when I was around my birthday and I said, can I have a hug? You're like, you don't need to ask me for a hug because it's birthday. Just ask me for a hug because you want a hug. And he,
That's what he said.
He took a hug. We took a picture. He was just really nice. This is really
That's
nice dude.
cool. That's cool.
So here we go. Boys in the Hood are menace to society.
Miss Society.
Menace to society are
Miss
juice.
Society. Miss Society.
Menace to society are New Jack City.
Miss Society. That was easy. Miss Society is my third favorite movie of all time. So that was easy.
What?
Yeah, it's in my top 5 favorite movies of all time, Menace to
Hey.
Society. And I will
All
tell you
right.
that it's not easy, but Menace to Society is my 3rd favorite movie of all time. So, yes, that was
All
fun.
right. I like that. I was gonna do a hierarchy, but you didn't watch one of the other movies, so I was gonna kind of rank them, and then I was gonna
OG
do the
Gabba.
villain. Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
I was trying to do it because they were all in the same vein.
Yeah,
So that's cool. I like that. Minister Society,
I love that movie.
Kane
I love
Kane's
it.
character is he we one of these days we got to deep dive into
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We got to deep dive into his character development. And then also talk about how Tupac was supposed to be O-Dog, but then he got into it with Hudlin Brothers, lost that, and Lorenz Tate went from cute little boy in the boys video
Yeah.
to O-Dog.
It's so weird because all these years I heard that he was supposed to be O-Dog, but in a recent interview, I heard that it wasn't O-Dog, it was Sharif, that he was actually supposed to be Sharif. I just heard that
Ooh,
all these years I thought it was
okay.
O-Dog, it made sense. But he was supposed to be Sharif because O-Dog, not O-Dog, Pac is kind of militant, and Sharif
Yeah,
was like a militant character, so he got cast as Sharif. But during the sit down round table, he didn't like Sharif's character. He didn't kind of like it, so he was whatever. But that's what I heard. Look it up. Let me know if
I
I'm
will
wrong.
look it up.
All these
No,
years I thought
I
it was
like that.
O-Dog.
So, listen, I like it. See, look at the lunch table. All right,
Yeah,
guys,
lunch
our lunch
table.
period is getting
Yeah,
ready to
we
come to
we
an end.
we assume it was O-Dog, but it was supposed to be Sharif he was casted as, and
Every
Sharif didn't even have a major role like that.
Maybe that's what, see, everyone thinks it is, but I just remember that's another crazy interview I remember because I remember when he was removed off the set and then he
Yeah,
had to go to
yeah,
BET to explain the whole fight and what happened.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and Tupac be so he be extra passionate
Animated, yeah.
about it.
No extra. No extra. But yeah, he got kicked off that movie set. And if you hear Tyron Turner, that's came from his society, when he tells the story, like, how whenever people talk about Tupac, it's mostly praise. But when you hear him tell the story, like, he just did not seem impressed by Tupac. Like, he sound like he is not like, this guy died, so I'm gonna pay homage. He's like, basically, he didn't say this isn't him saying it, but basically what I got from him is that Tupac was obnoxious. That's what I got from Tyron Turner, the interview. Like, from his energy, that's what I got from him, and that Tupac was wrong.
Let and this is and I know fellas, y'all hate it when women do this, but this is the truth. There is something about these zodiacs because Geminis they got these two personalities. They really
They
do.
do. They
They
do. Those
really do.
Joneses do. They're all nuts. I mean, Tupac, Kanye, Donald Trump, like, all of them just hot mouths. They just don't care what they don't put on a lid at all. They just say what they want, you know?
They do, and that's what's funny because I remember telling y'all, and I'm gonna be we'll do it. What I'll do in my apology. I told y'all I didn't really mess with him. I only like Brenda Has a Baby. That's not necessarily the truth, but I
Okay.
did not like the turn in his personality from when I remember Tupac first coming out to
Yeah.
what he devolved to
Yeah.
after that.
Oh, devolved.
So,
Oh, that's so sad.
but it's cool. But he's still, I
Shame.
mean, listen, his unreleased music is still one of my favorites. But look, the lunch table period is ended. Y'all better get back to your homerooms, get back to your office.
You back to
If you got
class.
us on while you're cleaning the house, thank you so much. But please like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, comment, like the video, share the
Engage.
video, talk
Let's
to
get
me in the
engaged.
threads, talk to Najadamas.
We're in the comments. We hang out in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Our buzzer goes off immediately. We get a new, we get something new, we own it. So we are in the comments hanging out. Ill God can be found in the comments with a halter top on. So go down there and look for her.
I got some. I don't got nobody's halter top on. It's definitely some Duke stuff. I don't got nobody.
She
I'm
got some
shaped
Dukes
like this.
on.
I'm shaped like a square, but them thighs be fake thighin'.
There you go. There you go. Thick thighs save lives. As long as you got some thick thighs, that's good. Save them lives with them thick thighs. She's in the comment section. We love to hear from all of y'all. Shout out to all of our subscribers out there, our new ones, the ones that have been down since day one. Thank you guys so much. We're blowing up. 53 subscribers. We're doing so well.
Look, listen. It's only a matter of time before we get our deal with Master Pill. I can't wait till you check your email.
Get our deal with Mass Appeal.
All
All
right.
right, we're gonna see y'all next week. You guys enjoy the middle of October spooky season, and we'll see y'all. Peace out. I say bye.
Girl,
Oh, okay. Bye for real this time.
wrap it.
Smile.
Grammy